Hello everyone and welcome to Istanbul, Turkey for live coverage from the quarter-final second leg of the Women's CV Champions League. Clayton Lucas here with you as Eczacibasi VitrA ISTANBUL take on Imoco Volley CONEGLIANO of Italy. The first leg of this quarter-final went the way of Eczacibasi, who went to Italy and left with a 3-0 victory. 25-21, 27-25, 25-22. CONEGLIANO had their chances in set two to tie the match up at 1-1, leading 21-18. Well, it should have been a formality. However, Eczacibasi fought back and saved 2 set points before engineering a set point for themselves, which they took at the first opportunity. That was the tale of the first leg. Eczacibasi taking their opportunities, CONEGLIANO failing to do so. In the third set, CONEGLIANO's head coach, Daniel Santarelli, appeared to be looking for a scapegoat as his team were shipping points. And unfortunately, it was the Italian opposites who got the hook. Samantha Fabris, who by no means had the worst game, made an error and was substituted out. In fact, CONEGLIANO's passing unit wasn't operating as well as it could have done. Hill, Silla and De Janeiro, easy for me to say, were having a bad day at the office, and as such were then forced into hitting out of system, Hill and Silla. And what I mean by that is they were hitting a ball that wasn't in a good spot for them to go up and have a full swing potentially, and also they were going up against 2 blockers minimum. When you're out of system, when you're in system as a team, it means the ball is good and the setter has all their options, which means you're putting maximum pressure on the opposition's block, which then means you have the chance to get a one-on-one or even a one-on-nobody. Fabrice was replaced by Castello, who was not up to game speed as she'd spent most of the match hunched over the bench watching the game. As a result, it wasn't looking great for CONEGLIANO. However, they did get back to within a couple, in part due to Valentina Tirozzi coming on. As we have a good look at Gibbermeyer going through the middle for Eczacibasi, Foley going through the middle for CONEGLIANO. 2 big middle blockers who will have their work cut out for them today. And 2 big outside hitters, Silla for CONEGLIANO and Jordan Larson for Eczacibasi. Castello knows she's going to have to play well today. May well get the start as well, ahead of Fabrice, depending on how things go. Head coach Daniel Santarelli has said that as far as CONEGLIANO are concerned, their main focus now is on winning the Italian league. They've pretty much written this one off. However, if they could get a result, great, they'll take it. But they're putting absolutely no pressure on themselves to do that. As far as Eczacibasi are concerned, the team on the left of the screen, they have to get 2 sets and they are through to the semi-final. And they'll be looking for Kim Gyeon-kung to help them with that, the Korean superstar, who has been a superstar for Eczacibasi, along with Tiana Boskovic, who's playing in the opposite slot. It really is a star-studded team for Eczacibasi, mixed in with a sprinkling of Turkish flair as well. Bushra through the middle for Eczacibasi. Simge Akuz, who's been very well, played very well as libero. And starting setters, it was Ezgi Dilik, number 11 for Eczacibasi, who started. She played really, really well. The other setter for Eczacibasi is Gamze Yakuluc. But for head coach Marco Aurelia Motta, the Brazilian, coaching here in Istanbul, he's got options really. Once the 2 sets are won, if they can win those 2 sets, he can relax, put the bench on, give the guys that normally watch a chance to experience Champions League volleyball at a quarter-final stage. Certainly, Eczacibasi are in the driving seat and are favourites. But as those of you who follow volleyball know all too well, anything can happen. And that's the beauty of sport. Nothing is guaranteed. Nothing is a done deal. If CONEGLIANO get off to a good start, it'll be interesting to see how Eczacibasi get on and deal with it. We are in Istanbul for the quarter-final second leg of the CV Women's Champions League. Eczacibasi VitrA Istanbul, the home team, up against Imoco Volley CONEGLIANO, or Conegliano. And this is the Conegliano squad. Plenty of foreign imports of high quality. Robin de Kruijff, the middle blocker from the Netherlands. Castello, the opposite player from the USA, along with Kimberly Hill, the outside hitter from the USA. Danielle Santarelli knows that this is a tough test, a big ask for them to try and come back from their 3-0 defeat at home. They need to win 3-0 here to take this match into a golden set for Eczacibasi VitrA Istanbul. They only need 2 sets and they will be through to the semi-final. And with their very impressive squad, it's difficult to see them not getting that job done. Eczacibasi on the left of the screen in their favoured orange and black. Head coach Marco Aurelio Motta from Brazil is the man in charge for Eczacibasi, the man who will be feeling far more comfortable than his counterpart for Conegliano. The teams have had their warm-up and now waiting to go out onto court to be introduced to the fans. This bespoke volleyball hall, the TVF Burnham Felek Volleyball Hall here in Istanbul. Volleyball and only volleyball is played here. What an amazing facility it is. The Eczacibasi team being welcomed warmly by the fans, as you might expect. One last shout, an exchange of pleasantries, badge pins and tigers, which is the Eczacibasi mascot. Nice gifts for Conegliano, but the gift that they really want is victory. And there is absolutely no way Eczacibasi are going to just let them have it. They are going to have to work for it. They need a 3-0 win. It's not beyond the realms of possibility. But it's going to be a tall order for the Italian side, who are soundly beaten at home by Eczacibasi in Conegliano. Players take to the bench, waiting for their call-up. The referee is in charge for this one. The first referee is Roy Ben-Simon from Israel, with the glasses on the left of your screen. And the second referee from Finland is Ari Jukelainen. Two very experienced referees in charge of this one, as you might expect. Referees introduced, players waiting to come out. The question for Conegliano is whether or not Fabrice will start in the opposite slot or whether it will be Castello. And the starting team coming out for Conegliano, it's Foley and de Kruijff through the middle. Fabrice does start in the opposite slot, number 13. Boas is setting number 14. It's Kimberly Hill and Miriam Silla through the outside. De Janeiro is the libero. Expect the strongest team for Eczacibasi. And that is exactly what Motta is doing. Lauren Gibbermeyer goes through the middle, number 6, with Bushra, number 9. Larson through the outside, number 10. along with Kim, number 18. That is how Conegliano are lining up. Fabrice opposite Vowash, Hill and Silla through the middle, De Cruyff and Foley through the... Hill and Silla through the outside, De Cruyff and Foley through the middle. And for Eczacibasi, well, one change. Yilmaz is starting the opposite slot. So Tijana Boskovic is being given a rest. Maybe a glimmer of hope for Conegliano, knowing that Boskovic isn't on court. Conegliano in the blue from Italy serving. It's Eczacibasi in the yellow and black from Istanbul receiving. This is the CEV Women's Champions League quarter-final, second leg. And first point to Conegliano. Brilliant swing from Fabrice, stating her intentions right from the get-go. Conegliano trailing by 3-0 from the first leg. They have to win this one 3-0 to take it to a golden set. Foley with the serve. There's going to be a net touch against Ezgi. She's a backcourt player, and so she was trying not to go up. She couldn't go up and... in fact, she's in the front row. She could have gone up and made a block attempt on that and tried to force it down the front of Conegliano. As it was, she touched the net anyway. Fault, so Conegliano leading by 2. Good leave. Simge Akuz, the libero, starting libero for Eczacibasi, did really well to let that one go. Bushra started the game against Conegliano, but was replaced as the game progressed. Natasha Krizmanovic came in, the Serbian international. Tidy side out from Conegliano. They know that passing was a problem for them against Eczacibasi in the first leg. No issues so far. Fabrice. Oh dear. Complete mishit from her. She'll forget that one. A gift for Eczacibasi, which sends Ezgi back to serve and brings Yilmaz into the front row for the first time. Well passed by Silla. Quick ball out wide for Hill. That was nice. And the speed of that ball meant that Gujde and Bushra couldn't link up, couldn't get close. And there was a gap to be exploited, which Hill did. Hill with the serve. No middle coming, out wide. And the first swing for Gujde's not a good one. A little bit of nerves, maybe, for her. Didn't really get a wrap through that and get topspin on it. Hill will serve again. Bright start this for Conegliano. They lead 5-2 in this, the most prestigious of club volleyball competitions, the CEV Champions League. Vowash did well not to touch the net. That's kept off the floor really well by Hill. Fabrice with the swing, dealt with by Kim. And a very nice block out from reliable Larsen. Larsen, the captain of Eczacibasi, leading by example with this swing on the right side of court. A little bit of Asian volleyball from Conegliano with that line pass in by De Janeiro. But it's the pipe attack from Eczacibasi that gets the job done. De Janeiro going quick, Vowash having to go low with the set, and it all fell nicely for Eczacibasi. Just one separating the teams now. Jordan Larsen with the serve again, bringing Silla in close. And she has no difficulty putting that one away. The taxi for Larsen not coming. Larsen a little late, still moving, still not sure of where she should be. Foley. Easy leave for Eczacibasi. Conegliano's bright start has faded somewhat. Eczacibasi right back in this one now. Bushra with the serve. And it's Eczacibasi's tallest front row with Kim, Gusta and Gibermeyer in the front row. That looked to be right in the corner. It is in the corner. Motta set out to start with and then changed his mind. Gusta will serve. That's a serving error, if you like, that Coach Motta will not be worried about. That's a really aggressive serve from Gusta. She was going for that baseline. It didn't miss by much, and it really was a vicious serve. Silla for Conegliano. Oh, great pick-up. Good recovery. De Janeiro getting in on the action. That's a really good pick-up by Simge. Ooh, double touch called on the set for the back court shot from Larsen. I was going to say backcourt pipe, but all pipes are backcourt. I don't want to upset those people that know quite rightly that a pipe is a back row attack. Little slide behind, but not hit hard enough. Dealt with by Voash. Hill with the tip. Well watched by Gusta, who's now out of the attack. Pick up by De Janeiro. Quick ball for Hill, and she gets block out. Really nice play between Voash and Hill. Hill was ready for that one. And she didn't need much of a run up. Well, you don't when you're 195 on a 2.24 net. Good work from Hill. Great play from De Janeiro. Silla to serve again. That might have been going long, taken by Larsen. Gusta gets block out off Hill. That was a good swing from her, and a bit of a nerve settler for Gusta, actually, who's not been performing that well in attack. Well, that will certainly calm any nerves, perhaps. Kim. Libros are playing really well for both teams, and that's a solid block from Fabrice to shut down Larsen. Conegliano with a 4-point lead now. Again, Voash wanting to go quick, and that time it's a be quick, a shoot ball to the middle. De Graaf was ready for it. Interesting that Conegliano are trying to go quick whenever they can. Oh, what a serve by Foley. Simga aced. Conegliano are in charge now in this first set. Larson trying to go cross court, a little bit off the net, a little bit inside, and she's tried to hit it a little too steep, and that's the outcome. Foley once again, good serving run this from her. Kim now under pressure. Gusta with a roll shot and a chance here for Conegliano. They'll get a better chance now perhaps, although Vosh has had to make the dig, so the offsetter picking the ball and putting it into play. Good work by Silla. Kim has a go, but there's no one been able to have a real swing at this ball yet. And when they do, it's slowed down by the block. Fabrice is going to be tight on the net. Good up by Simga yet again. What a rally. Silla with a pickup. Better chance now for Eczacibasi. Slide behind, give him a block back into court. Recovered well. And now the ball hits the floor with a little bit of individual brilliance by Eski. The only player not to have an attack. And decides, you know what, I can get it done. De Kruijff thought this was going wide, she's gone. And then no one can get the ball as it hits the floor. Good put away from Hill, had to wait for that one to get to her. Fabrice unable to get anything going from her serve at the moment. That's a couple of serving errors from her. Unforced error by De Kruijff. That ball's hit the antenna. Those red and white stripes you can see, the antenna which go up. That is a representation of the line, the sideline, a vertical representation, which goes up indefinitely. The ball must travel inside the red and white poles. Larson gets a good little tip into the block, and with the block shifting right, you could just see that De Kruijff was moving away from it, was never going to be able to go back and get that one. Larson with a bit of heat. Conegliano's block not formed as well as it should be to send that ball straight down. And Larson gets the block out. Lovely transition play from Eczacibasi. If you're wondering, if you're new to the sport, interesting listening to Santarelli talking to the players, quality of the counter-attack, being aggressive, and they are certainly using their fast play very well. It's something they didn't really get to grips with in the first leg. But the quick ball out wide and that shoot ball to the middle is paying dividends, but the quality of their counter-attacking needs to improve. Ezgi with the serve for Eczacibasi. That's a lovely ball in. Although Hill, missing the block, has missed the court as well. Volleyball front court, she's entitled to go up and block that one. And again, who's pulled the net down? Jordan Larson did. Not quite going the way of the home side at the moment. Larson with that touch. Hill will serve. Conegliano leading by 3. That's off of Silla and into the antenna, and as it was Conegliano player who touched the ball last before it hit the antenna, they lose the point. Nice work from Larson. Really good play. Nice quick pipe attack from Conegliano. Fabrice almost on a second tempo. It's like a half ball in the middle and nobody able to deal with that one. De Kruif now with the serve. A little bit off the net. Bush was trying to hit that too steep. So a few errors for Eczacibasi, playing into Conegliano's hands. Good pick up from Larson. Kim not really had many attacking opportunities. Doesn't have one with that play. Might have one now though. No, she won't. Gusta gets block out instead. Good play. Silla's struggling with her block. Gusta takes full advantage. Silla goes up, swing block. She's gone for height, hasn't pressed across the net and pays the price. Wolosz. You just knew that that ball was going behind because Ezgi's bending down to try and create time for Gibamar to get behind her so she can set it. However, Conegliano not spotting that. See, down she goes, trying to create the time for the ball to go behind. But late reaction from Conegliano gives Gibamar the point. Changes for Eczacibasi. Boskovic has come in, Gamze has come in. It's a double substitution to put the setter into the back row. Gamze will serve, and she is the setter. Boskovic looking to boss things at the net. There's a free ball here for Eczacibasi, 3 front court options. Oh, Kim gets put down. Excellent block from Silla, who snuck over onto the right side of court. And that suited her just nicely. Good dig from Gamze. Larson with a bit of work to do. That's clever play by putting it onto Volwash, so that meant Conegliano slightly out of system. And there's going to be a challenge here. Fabrice thinks she's got that in the block, which is what she was looking for. Oh, I don't know. Doesn't look it from that angle, does it? Not seeing any fingers waggling. Second ref going to have a look with the challenge team, make a decision. Indeed, no touch. One challenge left for Conegliano in this set. 2 for Eczacibasi, should they need them. Kim with the serve. Another error from Fabrice. Her time on court might be coming to an end. And indeed it is. Castello's being readied. And it's a pretty quick change. Fabrice hasn't, to be fair to her, had the best of starts. She had one good hit, missed her serves, then she's made 2 errors in a row, so she's to the bench. Castello's come in. All of which sees Eczacibasi now to within a point here. A little bit of pressure on Conegliano. Eased with that swing from Hill. That quick ball out wide again, doing damage. Foley. Perfect pass. Good read from Foley. This is going to be another chance here for Eczacibasi. Last just tries to batter it off the block. Well recovered by Conegliano. Hill does the same. That'll be kept in play. Oh, that's lovely. Absolutely delightful swing from Larson. Using that ball's momentum, had a little bit of pace on it going wide. Just use that to get it over the block and into the corner. Solid play from both teams, but it's this swing that gets the point for Eczacibasi. Low, straight into the action. First swing, first point. And she'll go back to serve. Well, that's a bit of a dolly dropper. Great pickup by De Janeiro. And a lovely block out from Hill. She didn't know much about it, didn't need to. Played it into Boscovic's arms and out of court. And made sure she got out of the way. The no-looky, liney block out. Simple stuff from Motta, just saying, well, look, side out, we're only 2 behind. Keep working on that shoot between Gamze and Giebermeyer. And see where they get to. Conegliano, however, in the driving seat now. Low with the serve. That's some swing. When you consider that there wasn't really a mismatch, and for Conegliano with De Graaf and Hill on this side where Boscovic is, it actually favoured Conegliano, but Boscovic has gone straight over the top of Conegliano's two biggest blockers and hammered it away into the corner off Silla. Brilliant swing from the youngster. Easy to see why she's one of the best players in the world of volleyball. Double substitution has been made again. It's been reversed, so Gusta's in. Boskovic has gone to the bench. Conegliano side out. They have set point. Lovely swing by de Graaf, unopposed in the middle. Few boos and whistles for Hill. Not that she'll be bothered, or will head coach Santarelli. Lovely, but really good pickup by Simke. Kim was out of rhythm, couldn't have a full swing. Larson with work to do. Great pickup by Vosch. Oh, the 1 foot Yahoo from low. And it is Imoco Volley CONEGLIANO who take the first set, 25-21. What a pickup by Vosch. And then a swing to nothing, really. Off 1 foot, straight down the middle, nobody getting involved to block. Well, it's been a challenge, maybe, to see whether or not Castello was on a foot fault. Was she behind the 3 metre line, or maybe a ball up, ball down, to see whether or not Vosch did get her hand under it. Those are the two possibles, but the ball up, ball down would have needed to have been made. In fact, they're challenging a net touch, but there was no net touch because Eczacibasi were the team making the block, so that's not the right challenge. We're seeing net touch on the big screen. Have a little look. She's way behind the line. Absolutely no problem with that swing whatsoever. And if that's what they were looking at, they're just stalling for time because there was no problem with the swing. Vosch's pick up the pancake. Had it hit the floor? Are they looking at that? Well, we'll find out. You can challenge in rally, but you need to make it there and then. But we saw that ball play out. It may well have been that they pressed the button for the ball down, ball up, ball down. But by the time we got to be aware of that, the rally was over. Still unclear. Now, they are looking at a tack line fault. And as we saw, Castello was miles behind it. It will be Imoco Volley's set. They will be leading 1-0. It is the perfect start, and there's confirmation of that. The 1 foot Yahoo from Castello gives Conegliano the first set. Confirmation of the set score, 25-21. It's game on here in Istanbul. All of the Champions League matches for the men and women are on the Eurovolley TV app and online, so you can get all the coverage for that. The matches of the week have commentary with them as well. And also social media is alight with the CV Champions League, and you can go there and sing like a lark. You can get all the up-to-date information about players, teams, and the tournament as a whole. This, the 49th edition of this really, well, the most prestigious competition for Eczacibasi. They're looking to make it into the final four for the 7th time. They won it in 2015. They were 3rd in 2017, following on from successive 4th place finishes in 2001, 2009 and 2014. There's a real possibility that 3 Turkish teams could be making up the final 4 of the CV Women's Champions League. Fenerbahce, Eczacibasi and Vakifbank Istanbul. However, Conegliano are off to the best possible start here, taking the opening set in a match where Eczacibasi need 2 sets to guarantee their place in the semi-finals. Second set underway. Eczacibasi are serving. It's Conegliano who are receiving. They are leading by 1-0, and Castello has kept her place on court from her substitution into the action in the first set. Fabrice goes to the bench. That's gone into the net, not caught the block. And Eczacibasi have the opening point. Bushra with the serve. You see quite a few points scored on the right side of court where the ball hit cross court and lands inside the 3-meter line because the middle blockers and the outside blockers not closing the gap between themselves and the net and allowing that angle to be hit. Good ball in from Silla. Conegliano definitely been working on their serve receive. It's much improved from the first leg, and it's the difference between the two teams at the moment. Conegliano not getting caught on any sticky rotations. That was going long, way long. Silla maybe thought she saw a touch in the block. Eczacibasi staying out wide and able to shut down Kim Hill. Now they have it into transition. Kim, great dig again. De Janeiro's been exceptional for Conegliano in defence. A little off the shoulder number for Larsson, but Givermeyer was really unlucky as that ball hit the bottom of the net in the way it did. She couldn't bring it back into play. In fact, she went at it just a tad too early. Lovely blocking from Conegliano. So far, Conegliano have managed to freeze Kim out of the game. She hasn't had a lot to do. And when she has had a swing, she hasn't really put a ball on the floor. Lots of continuations, but Gibamaya comes up with the block, and Eczacibasi have the point. In fact, she gets it off the block of Volos. Good reactions from Gibamaya. Good lead by Simge. Good covering by Hill, but it won't come back into play. This is more like it. It's Eczacibasi up by 3. Kim Yong-kun to serve. Block slowed the ball down. Unfortunately, no one was able then to get onto it. Excellent pass from Larson, but she's dug by Hill. Oh, that's right off the forehead of Gibamaya. She's okay. Hands a little too wide in the block. That one was telegraphed. You're going to set a slide behind from the 3-meter line all the way out to the referee. Lots of time for Conegliano to get their block set. A little bit of a worry for Mota. Eczacibasi were leading by 3, now they're trailing by 1. Still smiling for the moment. Right back at Gujta, couldn't get out of the way of it. That's some solid blocking from Conegliano. Once your hands are above the height of the net, you want to be getting them across the net as quickly as possible. Conegliano did exactly that. Silla making the block. Good lead from Larson, didn't want to get tooled. And a good lead by Conegliano as Kim misses her mark. An indifferent performance from Kim Yeon-kun. She hasn't passed. She's had very few swings. She's really been unable to get into the game, and so much so, she's being substituted. And in comes number 2, Melia Ismailoglu. Another outside hitter. The big guns are on the bench for Eczacibasi. And a chance here for Conegliano to increase their lead. Looking for a block touch. There'll be a challenge coming. De Kruijff is convinced it came off the hands as it went wide. Pick a finger, any finger. Successful challenge for Conegliano. They keep that, they still have 2. Oh, that's lovely. That's the first real fast ball through the middle we've seen. The A quick working really well as Givermeyer it was who hammered it down. Peak of the ball, Givermeyer's in and up, bang. The ball is down before anyone can move. Chases on for Hill, but he won't come back into play. I mentioned the peak of the ball. As a middle blocker, when you're coming in to attack, the peak of the ball is its highest point from the contact of the passer before it drops into the setter. So the peak of the ball from Silla was going all the way over to where Hill was chasing. And that peak of the ball is, as a middle blocker, you use that as your reference point to then come in and begin your approach. You want to then chase that ball. That's an error from Silla, who's pointing, hopefully, at the block. Silla really is an all-or-nothing player. And that was a nothing shot on that occasion. Good cover by De Janeiro. Givermeyer gets turned by Castello. She'll be frustrated with that, knowing as she does Castello's game so well. That was there to be dug. Givermeyer not in a good body position. Four American internationals on display in this match. 2 for Conegliano, 2 for Eczacibasi. Ezgi with the serve. Oh, good serve. Silla was unweighting. What I mean by that is she was moving backwards, trying to get some energy away from the ball as it was attacking her. But then, unfortunately, didn't get the contact she needed. And Eczacibasi now have drawn level. Bit of pressure on the visitors. Better ball from Silla. And a huge swing from low. She made that look so easy. Nice work by Boas to get it out to her. Well watched. Eczacibasi trying to get Larson to do some pinch hitting. She's come inside, but straight to where Foley was waiting. Good blocking for Eczacibasi as Lowe is put down. Gusta Bushra enjoying that one. That's a big swing, what a dig. And again, this could be a momentum changer. It should be a momentum changer. Kim's come back onto court. Eczacibasi have just dug one of the big hits of the match, got it into transition and taken a point from it. Just when they needed Kim, she comes good. Well, that one ricocheting off the block and away from Larson. Not much Jordan Larson could do. Silla. Gusta works the block. It's a lovely ball in. Just see Simge showing the platform early. And a nice finish by Gusta. That time Kim makes a bit of a mess of it. Have to play on. There's no double touch call. There's no double on a first touch in volleyball, which is why Lowe was able to get away with what she got away with. You can carry it though, but there was no sign that Lowe carried the ball after it hit the net. And then an error from Eczacibasi gives Conegliano the point. Conegliano lead by 2. Foley with the serve. That's a gift for Eczacibasi. Gamzi in, Gusta out. Boskovic is also in. Larson. Always a difficult height, it's up around the shoulders. She went to her knees. Just isn't quite able to get the dig she would have liked. Lowe now with the serve. That's a great block. Hill right across the net to close down the angle and get as close to the ball as she possibly could without touching it before Kim did. Reaches inside, great block. Nice work from Boskovic. He's not had a great deal to do, having been mostly a spectator, but when called upon, she's got the point. Excellent pass. Great pickup by Gamsit. And an equally good pickup from Castello. Both teams working really hard here. That's the pickup of the rally so far. Boskovic does very well not to go in the net, not to come under the net, and come up with the point. Little fist of fury. Silla struggling. Eczacibasi on the comeback. Boskovic didn't know a great deal about it. Didn't matter, still in play. Conegliano have to come again. And now they have a better chance in transition. 3 front court options, and it's Boskovic! But she's made a mess of that, has she? Looking for a touch. But there's not going to be a challenge coming, so that was quite an emphatic, wasn't it? You touched it, not followed up. Good call not to challenge it. The ball was out, it didn't catch the block. Really good recovery from Gamsit. She had her running shoes on. Another quality dig. That time Simgit. Although there's no getting through that wall. Vołosz, De Graaf and Silla. Larsen, nowhere to go. Conegliano with a 2-point lead at the business end of this second set. They lead by 1-0. Good up by De Gennaro. Good pick up Larsen. Hill prowling the baseline, makes the recovery. So too Kim. And that one's got down in front of De Graaf, who was still chasing to her right and couldn't get the gap between her arms and the net closed quickly enough. She was chasing and she opened up the angle inside as a result. Oh dear, communication issues between Givermeyer and Kim. Always going to be Kim's ball. She's facing the net. She can see what's in front of her. Watch where Givermeyer is. She turns, she's covering, but really Kim should have just played it. Clever play, Larsen using the block. That time getting past him, but what a pickup from low. Free ball is Eczacibasi, 3 front court options. Kim on the pipe, but it goes wide, and it's wide of the line as well. Boskovic on that swing on the right side, going cross court. Did she find the line? Santarelli doesn't think so. Ooh, I tell you what, it might well have done. What the challenge team are going to do is look at this now. What they'll be looking at, which we don't see with the naked eye, is the impact that the ball makes when it compresses down on the floor. And in some instances, in most instances, as we can see, almost the circumference of the ball compresses down, and it's just caught the line. And Boskovic comes up with the point. That's a big point for Eczacibasi. They're just one back now. Boskovic with the serve. Not a strong rotation this for Eczacibasi. Gams is in the front row, lack of height on the left side. Silla may look to exploit that if Volley goes to her, which she does, but that's a top block. However, it doesn't really matter because Volley gets called for a double touch and just without looking at the ref shakes her finger out to say, no, I didn't. There's nothing wrong with that. Didn't look to be much wrong with it. It's gone exactly where it needed to go, and Silla's had a swing, although slightly behind it. Eczacibasi now all square. Low, brilliant, splitting Boskovic and Kim, who were on the same shoulder line, and both of them glued to the floor, unable to get that one. Boskovic has towed the line. It's a foot fault from her. She has to take off from behind the 3-meter line as a back row player. Just not quite happening for Boskovic, who can't find her rhythm. Timeout called by Eczacibasi. Her right foot on the line makes it an error. Changes for Eczacibasi. Ezgi in, Gujta back in. As the setter, Ezgi goes into the back row. Rotation 1, this is now for Eczacibasi, as Ezgi is at position 1. And so too are Conegliano for that matter, with Volley serving. Both teams in rotation 1. Both teams in their strongest rotation. However, from a side-out perspective, it's not great for Eczacibasi because Larsson's on the wrong side, and so too is Gujta from where they normally like to hit. Well kept in play by Silla. That's gone long. Did it catch the block? No, says the referee. That's missed the block comfortably, and it hasn't found the baseline. Well, we got a sneak preview of that because the television coverage here is brilliant. On the ball early to see that that ball was nowhere near the block. So if that's what they're looking for, which they are, they're going to be disappointed, Conegliano. But the one thing that they have got from this is a little bit of a delay, just to try and slow down what Eczacibasi are doing. Confirmation of that one being nowhere near anybody. Larsson back to serve. Eczacibasi back to it in 1. Pivotal point this in the set. Eczacibasi need to get it into transition. An ace serve would be gold here for Eczacibasi. It's not an ace serve, but it's wide, low, is dug. Oh dear, that almost stayed in play. Ezgi had no idea where it went once it had got dug, and If it had bounced off anywhere else, the rebound off Ezgi's head, it may well have stayed in play. That was a shame. Big point for Conegliano. Set point for them, a chance to go 2-0 up. In a match they have to win 3-0 to go to a golden set. Good swing from Kim. The ball pinballs off De Gennaro and Silla and out of play. Set point save, but a really good opportunity this for Conegliano, as they can do it from side out. Not before timeout has been called. Bushra with the serve. One good pass, one good set, one great swing. Conegliano will be leading 2-0. Not a good pass, not a good set, and it's not a great swing. Chance for Eczacibasi. Kim still in play, and now maybe Conegliano have the best chance. Free ball, and they've done it. Hill hammers it away cross court. Conegliano take the set 25-23. They lead 2-0. It's that quick ball out wide again, which does the damage. Frustration for Eczacibasi. Delight for Conegliano. They lead 2-0 and are one set away from sending this quarter-final into a golden set. Third set is about to get underway here in Istanbul. And the Tigers, well, they're not roaring at the moment. They're trailing by 2-0 against Italy's Conegliano. Conegliano with the serve through Foley. They lead 2-0. It's a must-win set still for Conegliano. Eczacibasi get the side out, and you can see that Kim really trying to get the team going and generate some impetus, some energy in what's been a little bit of a lackluster performance from them so far. Oh, that's a quick ball whipped into the Kraft, but that is a marvellous swing from Kim. What an angle she just fanged out of nowhere. Oh dear, a little bit of a miss hit from low. That was very nice. Larsen, unopposed, ghosting through the pipe. Timeout called Conegliano. Gusta with the serve for Eczacibasi. It's the perfect start for them in this third set. Nice dig from Larsen. Kim getting in on the action, she's going to have a swing. Silla won't bring it back into play. And the points are piling on for Eczacibasi. Oh, that was nice. And the first point for Conegliano as they go quick in transition. They had to work hard for that. They've done it from a little dig set as well. De Gennaro, brilliant. Low to serve. Free ball, it's Eczacibasi. Two front court attackers. Givermeyer on the slide and then Larsen on the pipe, but it was a little too high, couldn't have a full swing. Kim does get a full swing and somehow rescued off the net by Hill. Another chance for Eczacibasi. More work for Kim to do, and she's done it magnificently. That's a great rally. Kim finds the seam of the block. Eski getting around the court quickly. But it's Conegliano who had the best attacking chance. Silla has made a big error, has she, or did she catch the block? She's convinced she did. And it's a wicked swing, not an error. Santarelli knows. Oh, it's gone a long way out. Oh, it has caught Gibbermeyer, who's closed her eyes at the point of impact. Silla gets the point. Conegliano have another one. They've doubled their score. Hill with the serve. Brilliant. Eski done it once already in this match. She's done it for a second time. Clever play from the Eczacibasi setter. Boris's front court, and go and joust for that one. Lovely set. That won't come back though. Silla takes the point. She's fired up. Still though, Conegliano a long way behind. Good up. Oh, lovely. Nice dig by Hill. Oh, yes, another good dig as well. That time by Eczacibasi, but it's a double touch by Eski. Silla was in court, facing towards the cross court, and she's turned and hit that back into where the block was. She was, to all intents and purposes, past the block, and she's hit back into it. Well, in fact, she's tried to go line, hasn't she? But hasn't really got over her shoulder to go line, just turned and hit it straight into Larson, who now has the serve. One to forget from Hill. Lovely pass. Foley just a little late to react. She'd gone and blocked and then was bobbing up and down. Hadn't turned around in time. Frustration for Foley. Bushra with the serve for Eczacibasi. Volley makes up for that dig that she didn't make by hammering that one away through the middle. Lovely block from Hill. Gusta hit that, come back into her face and hit the net. Had Simke got a hand on it. I think Hill would have been celebrating a little too early. But it's a top block. Kim engineers some room to go line. Once their pass is working, Conegliano's quick ball out wide is proving very difficult for Eczacibasi to stop. Even with Ezgi out there waiting, Hill's got a good mismatch over her. Kim's one of the best in the world at hitting that ball cross-court on that angle. Quality serve from Kim, and Hill is aced. And she shanks that one over and out. Double substitution coming for Conegliano. Bekis, the setter, in for Low. Fabrice, the opposite, in for Vołosz. Fabrice couldn't have a full swing. Neither could Larson. Great pickup, but no one to have a swing. Again, off-pace ball. But that tip will work nicely. Hill coming up with the point. Eczacibasi, though, still with a solid lead. Gusta was looking for hands, and then it just appeared she got a little bit caught between the block out, and well, she was just going for the hands, wasn't she, but didn't quite find them. Foley. Nice to Crawford the serve. Foley in at the net waiting. And she's made a great block. That time, Foley gets across the net. She made good movements out to link up with Fabrice and then got her hands right across the net. Wasn't chasing. That's a quality block from Foley. Kraft to serve once again. Big blocking unit for Conegliano at the net. Looking for another point. But that's quality from Kim. Silla went into block, and then De Kraft didn't get around in time to cover that extra gap created. And she's gone with the wrong hand as well to try and bring it back. If you're moving to your left to play a ball on extreme D, chasing, you play the ball with your left hand. If you're moving to the right, you play the ball with your right hand. Regardless of which hand you use in normal everyday activities, if you're right or left-handed. And the reason for that is, if you're moving to your right to play the ball with your right, it's going to naturally come back to your body, so it's going to come back to where everybody else is. If you're moving to your left, you play with your left again, it's coming back to your body, it's coming back to where everybody else is. If you're moving to your left and you're trying to play it with your right, it means you've got to flick it with the back of your hand. You can't see anyone behind you. It's an awkward process, regardless of whether you're right-handed or not. And at this level of volleyball, and the volleyball that everybody plays, the ability to play a ball extreme D left-handed going left shouldn't be a problem if you're a right-hander. Equally, if you're a left-hander going right. Good up from low. Silla. That's not caught the block, has it? But might be worth a little challenge because Silla played it again. But the referee's called for 4. Santarelli's going to let it go. Into the block. Oh, I tell you what, that might be worth a call because it was close to Larsson's hands. In fact, they have challenged it. One of the challenges you can make is block or no block in so much as the block touch, because that ball into the net with Larsson where she was, if any of it's caught her forearm, and it does look as if it did, doesn't it, then it is play on. It's not 4 touches, it would be. And Silla did the right thing as well, just to put a hand on it. In it comes, and it looks like it's caught her forearm, which means Silla's entitled to play it again. Our view would suggest Larsson touched it. What does the challenge team, what do they think? What's their view? The interesting statistic that came out of this new rule, the ability to challenge that particular play, was 9 times out of 10, the ball has hit the block. Oh, I tell you what, now it doesn't look like it did at all. Oh, and now it does. That says touch, and yes, a touch has been called. And Larsson's saying, oh, and in fact, Larsson's now saying that it hit the antenna. Well, it's nothing to do with the antenna. But that ball has hit Larsson's forearm, and Larsson can't believe it. She's saying that, in fact, it's the net, but it's not the ball. We can quite clearly see there that the circumference of the ball has hit Larsson's arm. They're not calling a net touch. They should be calling for her, for the ball hitting her, because actually a net touch is the wrong thing, because she doesn't move here. If they're saying that, in fact, that's a net touch, that would be the wrong call, because the ball has gone into the net and then the net has hit Larsson. For it to be a net touch, Larsson would have had to make a move to the net and touch it, and she hasn't done that. Understandably, Eczacibasi very unhappy with that call of net touch, when it should be block touch, not net touch. That's what the call should be, because that ball looks to have hit Larsson's arm on that side view, in which case it's block touch and play on. But net touch is definitely not the right call, because Larsson's arms don't move forward. She stays there, the ball hits the net and the net hits her arm. That is not a block touch. And I think the referee's going to call for a let here, which would be the right call. Motta can't believe it. It's not the end of the world. But I think the referee's going to call for a replay, and fair enough, because what he's saying is the ball's hit the net has hit Larsson, that is not a net touch. And he's right. But I thought the call would have been for block touch and asked for that to be challenged, not net touch. Interesting. So we're going to get a replay by the looks of it. It's exactly the same as if you stood at the net with your hands down by your shoulders in block set position, and then the ball comes into the net, hits your hand. That's not a block touch. It would be a net touch though if you moved your hand towards the ball as it came to the net, then it hit the net and hit your hand. So it's a very clear distinction about what is a block touch or what is a net touch and what isn't. And the first referee is called let, and everyone's now happy. And we will go again. Walsh with the serve. Conegliano trailing by 3. Great pickup. That has to come over, and it does. Free ball for Conegliano, and 3 front court players, but there's going to be a net touch. There's got to be a net touch against Eczacibasi here. That net was going left and right, and there wasn't a stiff breeze. And in fact, the ball well may be in, but also VitrA has brought the net down with her. So what are we going to have a look at? A net touch again, or ball in, ball out? Net touch is what we're going to look at. Now the question, now there comes a little added bit to this now. Was the net touch before the ball hit the floor? Yes, it was. So I think we're going to get net touch against Eczacibasi. Conegliano will get the point. If the ball had hit the floor and then the net touch came, it wouldn't count. Oh, it's all going on here, isn't it? Challenge team are really busy at the moment. Well, we could see from our view that the ball was still in the camera, in the picture, when the net touch was made by the elbow of VitrA. That comes the net touch. The ball is down. Well, is the net touch as she comes down then? So now they're looking at that and saying net touch before or after the ball's hit the floor. It looks like there's a net touch at that point. Net touch there and then again. Just the right elbow clipping the top of the net as the ball went past. The ball didn't hit the net, so I would suggest, Milad, that the net touch by VitrA was made, and it should be Conegliano's point. She made a net touch twice. Top of the net and then the bottom of the net with an elbow on both occasions. Well, they're taking their time. Maybe they benefit from the broadcast monitor view, or the broadcast camera view, to show VitrA touching the net as the ball went past her. Playing a little bit of Pink Panther music at the moment, just to set the mood. We have a decision. I think that says net touch. There's no foot fault. There's a net touch at that point. That's a net touch. There's a net touch before then. The question now is, was that net touch made before the ball hit the floor, which they would be happy they were? That foot fault, that's not a foot fault. It's the whole foot over the whole of the line. Anyway, we have a decision, net touch made. Conegliano have a point, they're back to within 2. They lead 2-0. Just checking the score's correct. The challenge system is a wonderful thing because it does generally give us the right outcome. However, it can take its time, can't it? Volley with the serve. Low into the front row for Conegliano. Chance to really get back into this one. Now it's a complete miss-hit from Silla. The A-quicks working very nicely for Conegliano, and Foley has been doing really well to work that ball off of Bushra each time. Or straight past her. Little replacement, Silla off, Tirozzi is in. Tirozzi did very well when she came on at home at the Palo Verde in the first leg. Good cover by Simge, but not that time. Kim decided to go line, and Castello decided that she wasn't going to let her go past. Bushra with the serve for Eczacibasi. Well, that's been given us out. It looked to be well in. So we got another challenge coming. Well, it's Miles in. But it's just too quick for the lines judge. Blinked at the wrong moment and missed it. Foley couldn't keep it in play. Eczacibasi get the ball down. Oh dear, Tirozzi not ready for that one. Silla might be coming back on pretty quickly. Lovely serve from Boskovic. Timeout called, Conegliano. Boskovic looking for another point from the service line. That's a top dig. Kim was ready for that. She was already starting to move out to her left to get on to Gimmermeyer. Watch the way she's set up. She's already there waiting. And that's a great block. Oh dear. Kim gives the free ball. Well, that was a miscommunication between Vosch and Hill. Hill may well have been expecting that to be a lot quicker. She was expecting it to be a lot quicker than it was. That last play from Hill, she already had in her mind what ball she was going to get. She didn't get a good timing step and be able to react to whatever ball she was given. Oh, a serve from Kim. Eczacibasi are 3 away from taking a set. (3-0) or 3-1 for Conegliano would do it, because it's all about the points in terms of sending this one into a golden set. They don't have to win it 3-0. They could win it 3-1. That's why Eczacibasi need to win 2 sets to make sure they go through, because they would then win. If they lost, they'd get a point from the match. And Conegliano would only have 2. And Eczacibasi would have 4. Good effort that from Simgi. Oh, big swing. Boskovic, definitely the hardest hitter on court in this match, proving it. Got a challenge coming from Conegliano. They think that Boskovic may have made an attack line fault. She may have towed the line. There's the back row player, has to take off from behind it. She did it once already in this match, but the referee spotted that. It's miles behind it. Not even close. No more challenges left for Conegliano. No timeouts left either. Great dig by Gimmermeyer. That is an attack line fault from Boskovic. Coneglio have their side out. Foot fault, and then once you attack the ball above the height of the net, it's a fault. If she'd have landed and just volleyed it over, she'd have been fine. Nice pass from Kim. Good play from Bushra. Gave it high enough so she could come back in and hit middle. It's kept in play by Lowe. Hill has a swing. Good up from Boskovic. That time, though, Kim gets that into the corner. It didn't look like it had any spin on it whatsoever. And it's set point in Eczacibasi. Just a little bit. It's almost served that one into the corner. Brilliant swing from Kim. Foley once again does the business through the middle. However, Eczacibasi now have 3 side-out opportunities to take the set. Vosch will go back to serve. Conegliano into their strongest rotation with Lowe, Silla and Foley at the net. So big, tall blocking options here for Conegliano. They all not kept in play despite the best efforts of De Gennaro. Eczacibasi take the set 25-21. They're back in this one. They trail Conegliano 1-2. Hill couldn't keep it in play. Eczacibasi takes set 3. It's still all to play for here in Istanbul. It's set 4 of this CEV Champions League quarterfinal second leg. Eczacibasi with the serve. Conegliano looking for side out. Eczacibasi took the last set. They trail by 1-2. Conegliano still trying to find a side out here. Oh, that's a great pickup by Ezgi. Good cover by Larsen. Brilliant dig by De Gennaro. What a way to start this first point of this fourth set. Conegliano have their side out. That was hard work. Silla doesn't worked well on that pipe at times. China just came steaming in, then jumped up. Didn't really travel all the way through this one. Not as much as she would have liked. Doesn't get through that ball. Good pass. Kim gets tooled. Good dig by Boskovic. But an equally good block from Conegliano. Gimmermeyer finds a point. Kim will serve. Oh, it's nice from Silla. That's the one she likes to hit best of all. That's the speed at which she likes to operate. There was nowhere at all for Larsen to go. She was not going to be able to bully her way through that block of Foley and Low. Wawash to serve. Good leave. Challenge coming as to whether or not the ball caught the baseline. Two touches against Foley. She got blocked, it came back and hit her, and then she played it. That's one, and that's two. Not allowed to do that. Big hit from Hill. Another foot fault from Boskovic. An unprecedented number of foot fault errors from Tijana Boskovic. A great swing from Hill. No clue where it had gone once she put it into the block. Watch her reaction. Brilliant. De Janeiro just unable to get her shoulders the right round to contain that ball. In fact, she had her hands come together, then went to the side, so she was late. Great serve from Foley. Timeout called by Eczacibasi. And after a little bit of delay, they will get it. Kimberly Hill's had 36 swings, 13 points, 36% success rate, 3 break points. And Kim Yeon-kung has had 32 and 9 points, but 3 blocks and 2 errors. So everyone's getting a good old swing, but no one's really coming out on top. No one's really having a stellar performance. Well, both teams now struggling a little bit with their first serve, their serve receive. Nice to hit that from low. Castello's only on a 30% attack efficiency herself so far after 3 sets. Another swing from Hill. Doesn't really engage her left arm perhaps as much as she could at times. Good chase. That's a lovely pickup from De Janeiro. Krsmanovic wanted to go middle and then low, way too deep. Kim saw that. So the tip over the top of the block successful as a result. Krizmanovic with the serve. Great up. Eczacibasi get the ball into transition. Boskovic gets it off the block and away. Krizmanovic will serve again. Old school, just a standing float serve. You don't see this very often. Krizmanovic had the chance to make a dig. Hill will go back to serve. It's been relentless from the fans here in terms of the boos and the whistles that Conegliano had to face. Not that it's bothered them in any way, shape or form. Silla didn't get in a good position. She couldn't drive out to drive back in and have the swing. It's just a little cramped over there on that left side. Boskovic. That's a good serve. That's a great swing from Castello. It's on a knife edge now, this match. Conegliano leading by 2. A chance to win it and take this one into a golden set, which would be the first of 15. Have to win by 2 clear. Eczacibasi 2 behind. And if they were to take the set, they would book their place in the semi-final. Because they won 3-0 away and get 3 points for that. A 3-2 loss gives them a point. Just going to check that there was no foot fault on that lovely swing on the pipe. Indeed, there is no foot fault. Good rescue by Simgit, free ball, Conegliano. A really good play from Gibbermeyer. Not so, perhaps. Well, in fact, you know what? It looked like it went long. Boskovic has played it off the block quite brilliantly. Silla with her eyes closed, not seeing the impact, not seeing what was happening. Eczacibasi have been going after Silla pretty much exclusively in this set and the last one. And now she's getting in a bit of a altercation with Santarelli. Unforced error from Lowe. And it's starting to unravel for Conegliano. Timeout called. Change in the middle for Conegliano. Foley, who's played exceptionally well, is being replaced by Danesi. Again, just giving Maya something to think about before she goes back to serve. That ball was always going to be inside because Wołosz was taken all the way over to where the second referee was practically. But you know what? That's a brilliant swing from low over the top of the block. Good up by De Gennaro. Kim called that out. It was more in hope than anything. It's right into the corner. Conegliano, who said they were beginning to unravel. That's a great swing. Clever from Eski. She goes about her business somewhat unnoticed at times, but 3 times now she's gone over on 2 and come up with a point. And look, against Danesi, whose hands are down by her hips. That's poor blocking through the middle. Against a front court setter as well. Difficult to stop low at the moment. Well worked that from Larson, but good play by Silla to spot it. Good pickup. Better chance now for Eczacibasi. 3 front row, plus Kim on the pipe. Middle it is! And Krizmanovic puts it down. And Eczacibasi get another point back. Well watched, that was a tricky one for Lowe. Well, they think that's in. There could be a challenge coming, maybe, or maybe not. Block out it's been given for Hill. It's gone down quickly. It's rolled down the net. Did it land in? We're going to check. Been a busy day at the office for the challenge team and the second referee. This is a big point because at the moment it's 18-16, but if Eczacibasi get this, 17 all. Oh, that's in! That's miles in! Plumb on the line. Oh, that's no good. That's the third bounce. Why has that been given as out? Well, that shot we just saw was the ball on the line. They're looking at a bounce after that, are they? Or are we given a rogue shot? How bizarre. Conegliano have the point. It's 19-16. So they hadn't actually the point on already. Oh dear, errors are coming thick and fast and it's looking ever more likely. We're going to go to a golden set here. Boskovic has hammered that one. Do you know what, that's worth a challenge, isn't it? That could have caught a piece of the line. I think they have tried to call a challenge, have they? No, it's a timeout instead that Eczacibasi have gone for. Second timeout. Low. That was an excellent serve from Lowe. It went at Krizmanovic, who had to get out of the way. Last minute pass by Larsen under pressure, but good block out from Kim. And Eczacibasi get the side out. Eczacibasi are not doing a good job of moving Hill around in the pass. Ball straight on her, she has no problems with, and then Lowe, no problems putting that away down the line. Another side out, but points are required from serve for Eczacibasi. Double substitution once more. Gamze into the back row to set. Gujta into the front row to hit and block. Lowe is flying. Three points needed for Conegliano, and we go to a golden set. Gujta with a big swing. And the big swings are coming thick and fast now for Conegliano. Hill that time putting the ball away down to position one. Bosch with the serve. No trouble at all for Gujta to put that one away. And now Gibbermeyer back to the serving line. Well played by Larsen. Good up, Gibbermeyer. That's some set from Larsen. That ball was spinning like a spinning thing. And she did really well to not double touch that. And then Kim brilliantly to put it away on the pipe. Low off, Fabrice in. And that's because Fabrice gives a better option on that left-hand side for Conegliano in the mind of Santarelli. But before that, he's calling a timeout just to explain exactly what he wants. Oh, well played by Bosch. Under pressure of a pass tight to the net. She goes middle, the only real option she had. Krismanovic doesn't shut down Denesi. Match point for Conegliano. Silla with the serve. Castello back in. Huge blocking lineup for Conegliano. Hill, Denesi and Lowe. And it's all over as far as this match is concerned, because Conegliano have taken it 25-21. They've won 3-1, and that means we're going to a golden set. This is how it was done. It was a little inside. There was nowhere for Larsen to go. It's a great block by Castello. Eczacibasi win the toss. Larsen is going to be, and her team will be serving for this golden set. A place in the semi-finals at stake. The race to 15 to see who will take that place. That's what makes this sport beautifully cruel. There has to be a winner, there has to be a loser. There's no deserving of one thing or the other. If you've lost, you can't turn around and say, well, we deserved to win. No, you didn't, you lost. And it doesn't matter whether it's the cruelest of blows, a block touch not given, or a ball that was out given as in. That's sport. That's what makes sport what it is, and what makes volleyball such a great sport to watch. Talking points. What will be the talking point after this one? Eczacibasi needed 2 sets going into that match. They didn't take them. They got 1. Conegliano with an away victory. That now means it's a race to 15 to see who'll be going through to the semi-final of the CV Women's Champions League. It's the golden set. Eczacibasi VitrA Istanbul with the serve. Imoco Volley CONEGLIANO with receive. First to 15 goes through to the semi-final of the CV Women's Champions League. And it's the great start that Conegliano wanted. Side out. Lowe putting it away. And Conegliano with a point on the board. Denesi with the serve. Boskovic does well to get something on it. Silla does extremely well on a 50. Back row over on the left-hand side. That's a top swing from Silla. Kim gets it down in front of De Graaf. Didn't really know where it had gone, did De Graaf. A player who's not been that much involved in this game. In fact, it was Castello who's blocked it onto her own side. Trouble here for Conegliano. It's going to be free ball Eczacibasi. Oh dear. Well, there's going to be a play will be stopped because Ezgi's just got smacked in the face. So there'll be a replay for this one. Player down mid-rally. A little bit of confusion. What was a free ball? Krizmanovic, Boskovic and Ezgi all getting in each other's way. What's Boskovic doing? Ezgi's all right. A few tears, but if they can take this set, there'll be tears of joy come the end of it. It's still in play. What a pick-up by Volleyball off the foot. Oh, wonderful stuff. Everything is going Conegliano's way. Somehow, Volleyball gets a foot under the ball to stop it from hitting the floor. And it's Conegliano who take the point. Look at that, what a dig. Low finishing it off. 3-1 for Conegliano. Castello with the serve. Boskovic flirts with the block. Eczacibasi to within a point. Conegliano with an instant side out. That's a belter from Boskovic. Great work from Eczacibasi. Played to the whistle, no double touch call on the set from Volleyball. Eczacibasi into transition, and then Kim through the gap in the block. Well, that's what the fans thought. Kept in play by Hill. Silla with work to do. Boskovic. Oh, she's come up with a point. And the fans on their feet now. And Eczacibasi go in front. What a pickup. And not only that, Silla's then made a mess of it as it came over. It's interesting how Eczacibasi set up their defense with Boskovic, and that time Larsen. They're both on the same shoulder line. Well, there's a slight stagger, but so much so Larsen should have taken it. Good up from De Graaf. Looking for touches. It's not given. It's an error from low. And Eczacibasi head in front by 1. Didn't touch anybody. Danesi with a miss-hit, but it was to an open part of the court. And Conegliano's side out. Top ball in. Gibbemar hasn't done many slide behinds. That's a great pick-up from Kim. Larsen working the block. Volley has to play it. Silla finds a gap. Conegliano find a point. What a game. Well, there's a challenge coming from Eczacibasi. Oh, the challenging block touch. It looked like that ball was in. It was definitely a block touch, but it also looked like it was in anyway. I'm unsure as to quite what the call's coming here or why. Oh, it's not block touch. Looking for a net touch from Silla as she goes and swings on this ball. She's nowhere near it. She comes down, still nowhere near it. And Eczacibasi clutching at straws, perhaps. She needs some really long fingernails to touch the net. Conegliano in front, but they've had to wait before they can serve. Bosch with her second serve. Not the toughest. But it's a great block. No one's covering deep. A break point for Conegliano again. They move 2 in front now. Just like the 5th set of a match in the golden set, the teams change ends at 8 points. Come straight round, straight onto court. And it's Conegliano who are in the driving seat here. In a game where their intention wasn't that much about winning. Their focus is on their domestic competition. But you know what? Now they're in this position, they definitely do want to win. What a great position to be in. Volley with the serve. Pressure is on Eczacibasi. And it's beginning to tell. Timeout called by Imoco. It's not a done deal. Conegliano are not there yet, but they're in a good place. Eczacibasi need a side out. Volley to serve once more. That's the player to go to for the side out. Boskovic comes up with the point. Danesi comes up with an instant reply. And that's all that is on the cards here. That's the brief now for Conegliano, is just side out. Instant side outs, and the match is theirs. Don't get caught on any rotations. That's another one from Boskovic, but that's wide of the mark. This is not what Eczacibasi were expecting or hoping for. That one not even close. Good up by Silla. Free ball. Krismanovic has to play it, but she's available, but it's not the best ball in, and now there's another chance here for Conegliano. Quicker ball for Hill. And she gets the point. Conegliano now 3 away from what seemed at the start of this second leg quarter-final an unlikely victory. They're on the cusp of a big upset. Silla waiting to serve for Conegliano. Eczacibasi waiting to side out. That's a great pass. But it's a better block. Danesi and Hill combining. Conegliano now 2 away from victory in what is a stunned hall here in Istanbul. Good cover by Kim. Good up by De Gennaro. Will have to go over, and it doesn't quite make it. Good blocking from Eczacibasi. The confidence for Conegliano is there for all to see. Once come off the shoulder, then had to go over once Silla touched it. Is there still yet to be a twist in the tail of this one? Eski with the serve for Eczacibasi. Chases on. Eczacibasi take the point and get one back. Conegliano, no, they just need to side out on this rotation, and it pretty much is game over. Well, that's easier said than done at the moment. First point, first real test. Timeout called. Good ball in from Silla. Oh, what a swing from Danesi to bring up match point, to bring up golden set point, and put Conegliano on the cusp of a place in the semi-final of the CV Champions League. Danesi with the serve. Oh, she can't follow it up. Oh, with an ace serve or a serve that even goes in. But it's now backs to the wall for Eczacibasi. Larsen with the serve. Conegliano need one side out from 4 attempts. Hill with a good ball. And down it goes, and that's it, it's all over. Conegliano have taken the golden set 15-10. They've beaten Eczacibasi, and it is Conegliano who go through to the semi-final of the CV Volleyball Champions League. What a victory, what a comeback, what a performance. Incredible.